beautiful all around. I just want to talk a bit to Noemie and Kit. How did you come to this project, and did any of this couple's journey resonate with you?
It did resonate. When I first started speaking to Bess about this, I was a very new father, and I found both me and my wife had a profound feeling in the very early days of our little boy's life that a stranger had just been plonked into our lives, and we didn't know him, and we were supposed to love this thing unconditionally. But it was just a little strange thing that we didn't know. And I remember feeling quite guilty about that. I remember feeling guilty that I didn't know whether it was love that I felt for this thing. I knew I had to care for it. But that love, had to grow. And that was my experience that wasn't as extreme as, as Joe's in this movie. But it was a feeling of, am I wrong? Am I a wrong parent? So I remember speaking to you about that. And I felt coming to this movie, being such a new father, that I could bring some of my own very recent experience to it.
When I first read the script, I was shocked. Actually, I'm not a mother, but I had this sensation that Bess was brilliant in how she wrote this, because there is so many images and things that are not showed about being a mother and what you have to deal with. And I felt it was a very cathartic movie with a lot. I felt like you put your fears, you put your questions, your I don't know how to say that, but I felt like it's something from the stomach that a woman who expresses herself is so important, because we hide so many things in general. So many things are not told, so many things are not showed. And even if it's terrified, it can be terrified, it's essential, because then we can talk about it. And so I felt it was very important. And for me, the character was quite challenging, because it's, a lead part in English, and I was scared, but we had, Bess is so lovely. I talked a lot with her to make me really confident, and that was so important. So thank you, Bess, for this.
Thank you. Love you too.
I feel so lucky that I got to be a part of the story. And I was a new mother. I am a new mother, but I had a 4-month-old while making this. And I agree with Bess, but I needed to see this movie. I needed to know that the messy, complicated, primitive early motherhood experience is all the things. And if any other actress, Noemie is so, I just never, even on camera with her, I never knew where she was going to go. And no one that had that level, you needed to have an actress with that level of honesty to play that experience. So I just feel so lucky when Bess and I had a little chat to have been a part of it. And now watching it, I'm just so happy it exists. Good job.
I'm going to turn it over to the audience for some questions, but I have one last one. You kind of end the film in a somewhat symbolic space. It could have flashed forward and we see baby movie and she's 2 and everything's fine, but what made you decide that to kind of have this internal, externalized, I guess?
Well, I think because in a way at the end of the movie, the journey is not over for Jo. It's really just starting. It's sort of like the doctor says, wait till she's 18. Do you know what I mean? She's gotten through this particular moment, but there's so much more to come. And I didn't feel like sort of wrapping up an ending that felt, complete or tied with a bow was authentic to the experience of being a parent. It's forever. And I was really interested in sort of leaving her in this more poetic, psychological space, because so much of the film takes place in a psychological space and you never quite know if you're in reality or not. And so it felt like it was appropriate to leave the audience in that place where where she confronted something psychologically, but we didn't exactly know, or we don't exactly know what that means for her life and for her future and for the future of her family.
I have a 10 and a 6-year-old, so unfortunately I know exactly what you mean.